pregnancy symptoms on top of being super sick and on antibiotics and having the fever and chills. I was down for the count. Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Heather and I'm gonna do my pregnancy week by week updates here with you. So for us, this is pregnancy number 3. I do have my son, he's 14 months old right now. We had a recent miscarriage a few months ago and now we are blessed to be pregnant again. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell if you want notifications of when I post my next video. This is week 5 of pregnancy. For me, it's day 1 of week 6, so I want to let you know everything that happened during week 5. As of right now, the baby is the size of an orange seed, and I'm going to refer to the What to Expect When You're Expecting app for some development. The heart comes first because blood flow is essential. Without blood flow, the organs can't form. There's a tiny micro heart that develops this week and is beginning to pump blood throughout the embryo. The neural tube is under construction, which will become the baby's brain, and the beginnings of digestive system are also taking place. So for week 5 of my second pregnancy, what kind of body changes are happening? Just still like bloating, no weight gain, no real changes in my body yet. How am I feeling physically? This past week, I actually got really sick to the point where I had to go to the urgent care center because I had a fever that got up to 101.9. So it was almost 102 fever, which really freaked me out because we did have a miscarriage before and I just didn't want anything to hurt the developing baby. So I was obviously, once I had the temperature, taking Tylenol because Tylenol is safe during pregnancy. But it never really got my fever down to the certain point that I wanted to see it get down to while I was like keeping up on it. My throat hurt a little bit and I just was feeling off. My appetite was kind of not there, but I couldn't determine whether it was the pregnancy or whether I was actually sick. I was having the chills, I was sweating, and I was scared. My husband and I had previously committed to doing this event, so we had to do it. We were already committed, we were in, and we went. It was a 5K walk in North Jersey, so we had to drive quite a ways. We had our baby with us, and I wasn't feeling well, on top of being newly pregnant. So we stuck it out. I did the walk and then we were supposed to go to the zoo afterwards and I was like, I can't do this. So we went home. I went straight to urgent care. They put me on antibiotics. I swabbed positive for strep throat. So they put me on a course of antibiotics for 10 days, which was amoxicillin, 500 milligrams, 3 times a day. And it's just so hard because when you're pregnant, you don't want to take anything. You don't want to put chemicals in your body. Me personally, I'm the type of person that I want to swap to eating as much organic food as I can. I want the baby to develop to the best that they can, and having to be on antibiotics for a 10-day stretch, having to take Tylenol because keeping your fever down is really important because a high fever can affect the development of the embryo. I don't know exactly how, but it was all just scary. But it was the weekend, so no doctor's offices were all open. I couldn't talk to my OB. I could have called the on-call OB, but it just seemed like not such a serious thing for me to have done that. So that's why I chose to go to the urgent care. And then as soon as Monday came, I called my OB. I checked with them. They reassured me that the antibiotic was safe during pregnancy. The Tylenol was safe during pregnancy. And then they also said that the temperature was not high enough for a long enough period of time that I should worry. That kind of made me feel better, but I still had that guilt of the feeling that, oh my God, I was sick, I'm gonna hurt this baby and it's gonna be my fault. But don't do that to yourself because it's not worth it. If you're sick, just take care of yourself, stay hydrated. So another thing was staying hydrated. It was just super hard because I wasn't feeling well, my throat hurt, and yeah, that's just the number one thing is to make sure that you're eating and you're staying hydrated when you're pregnant, and being sick on top of it was not fun. Symptoms this week, I'm just feeling super tired, lethargic. I'm having very vivid dreams. That happened during all of my pregnancies. The vivid dreams really started, and that's how I know, okay, this is good. Having all of those symptoms, it's comforting. But dreams that halfway through the day you remember that you had them and you think, oh my gosh, I'm crazy. Why am I dreaming these things and why does it feel so real? Again, I just feel tired, I feel clumsy, knocking things over. That continued from last week, dropping things, knocking them over, feeling that heavy feeling in my uterus still. And I don't know what things to actually say are different because this is my second pregnancy, but they do say that your uterus expands in your body. It's like muscle memory. It remembers, oh, I know how to do this, and you're already previously stretched from your first pregnancy, so things start happening quicker. Like they say you even might show quicker. So I don't know. We'll see when I start showing. As of right now, there's nothing. So I'm going to spare you of showing you my belly because there's nothing there. Cravings this week for me are pickles, homemade salsa, which has a lot of vinegar in it when I make it, and it's a little spicy, and then tacos. I just find that it's crazy that I already have these cravings because I don't think last time I got cravings so early, but maybe I did. What's comforting me? Nothing really. Occasionally I am just dipping another stick into my pee to make sure the line's still there. But saying positive affirmations are actually helping me a little bit. I just try to keep saying them, and I'm going to read them to you, what I found online, like a bunch of just positive affirmations for, pregnancy after loss. So some of the things that I'm trying to tell myself to make myself enjoy this pregnancy and feel joy for this pregnancy rather than just be scared and anxious all the time are, I don't know how long I'll have this baby. I don't know if I'll ever hold this baby in my arms, but today I hold this baby inside of me, and I'm going to celebrate, and I'm going to be excited. There's no safe point in pregnancy. There is no safe point in life. What you can do is celebrate and be joyful on the day that you are given something to celebrate and be joyful about. I want to enjoy and celebrate this baby every day leading up to whatever happens. I'm not going to let fear rule me. I choose to be optimistic, joyful, and excited for every day that I am blessed to carry this baby. Again, how am I feeling emotionally? Just scared and indifferent is the best word that I can use to describe how I'm feeling right now. Things I'm looking forward to, definitely the ultrasound, which isn't for like over a month from now, which stinks because I'm just excited to see the baby and the baby's development and that things are good. I think that the 9-week mark is really stuck in my head because that's just about where we made it to before we had our miscarriage. So I think that once we get to that mark, I'm gonna feel better. I hope. I say these things in my head, but I'm still so happy for this pregnancy and everything that we're blessed to go through. Things I'm really scared about right now are just the fact of the fever, and I hope that doesn't cause any damage to the developing fetus. How my husband has been, he has been so supportive, especially when I was sick and having a young child to care for. He just totally took on the super dad role. He swooped in, he did every meal because I was sick during the weekend, and he just really rose up to the top. He let me lay down, he let me sleep. I practically slept all day long. He made me food, he catered to me, and it was just so comforting because I was really at my bottom point. Pregnancy symptoms on top of being super sick and on antibiotics and having the fever and chills, like I was down for the count, and trying to be a mother on top of that, I just don't know how some of the single moms do it, like, and people that don't have family to help. I just feel so blessed that I have people around that can help, and it's tough. But I just love my husband so much. We're just such a great team, and he's just the most supportive, kind, caring soul that I've ever met in my life, and that's why I married him. And yeah, so referring back to some of my pregnancy notes from my 5th week of my first pregnancy, some of my symptoms were my boobs were a little sore. I don't have any of that right now. I also had some slightly like crampy feeling. I actually have had a little bit of that on and off, just like really dull, light, random crampiness, but nothing concerning. Cravings were the same: salsa, tacos, pickle juice. And around now was when I got a book off of Amazon. It's called Bump for Joy. And I'll share that again because I really do like that book. And I am going to get that for this pregnancy also. Because it's a good book to kind of like flip through and add all of your thoughts and everything from pregnancy to post-pregnancy. It has little slots in it that you can keep things like all of your ultrasound photos and any papers that you want to slide in there. One other thing that I talked about in my first pregnancy update was the fact that we gave the baby a name, and the name was Blobby. This time I don't feel that way. I don't feel like we're referring to the baby as anything because I think we're just still a little on edge. I wonder what we're gonna start calling this baby. I think we're gonna be more open to calling it a baby now, knowing that like this is what turns into what is now our son, whereas before it was all so surreal. So even though it's only week 5, I have told more people. I've told my close friends, and I'm just kind of like sprinkling it around here and there to just kind of get the word out, because me personally, I want my close friends and family to know. I don't necessarily want the excitement from them, but I just feel like that's going to help me accept the fact like, okay, this is for real, and having more of a positive outlook, like this is going to stick and we're pregnant. Our son is going to have a sibling, a boy or a girl, I don't know, and that's exciting. It's just all exciting. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel, click the bell to get notifications of when I post my next video, and I will see you guys next week.
In the morning, I love you in the evening. I love you, love you, love you. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Excuse me, it's bedtime. Get over here. Get over here. I'm gonna get you. Excuse me. Get over here. Get over here.
Hi, karate. Yeah,
Good job! Oh my gosh.